Hello everybody, welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today, we are going to talk about a true EDH deck in deck number 406, Arcady Sabboth. Now, I woke up this morning, and this guy was on my mind. Of the original 5 Elder Dragons, I think this is the only one I have left that I have not done. And while I was waking up, that foggy time when you're not asleep and you're not awake, I thought, I need to build Arcades. I need to build a true Elder Dragon Highlander deck. Wait a minute. What if I imposed a super restriction on the Highlander portion of that deck? What if I only allow myself to use one card per set? Yeah, we got enough sets, right? Well, we do. And that's what I did. So this is Arcady Sabboth, my one true Elder Dragon Highlander deck. I came in here and I was like, well, we got Bant colors. And I didn't know exactly which way I was going with it. It's hard to make commitments to certain cards because you might need something else in that set. So the first thing I did is lands, because we've got to cast our spells, right? So I said, okay, priority is mana fixing. So now keep in mind, I did, we have what is this, Knights versus Dragons? So that's a set. What is that? Arch Enemy. UMA. We got a lot of... Now, some of these, like Allegiance here, that was a hard cut. I wanted this any color land bad. I really did. Woodland Stream, irrigated farmlands, pretty good. Now, I got obscenely lucky in finding a mana Confluence in the Journey Binder, I'll admit, because it's like the last card, or one of the last cards in the set. And I was flipping through there, and I'm like, man, there's nothing in this set I want. And then I run across mana Confluence, and I was like, yes! Oath of Gatewatch, Cons of Tarkir. Now, the Ravnica sets were really, really hard because of the guild gates. So there are some of the guild gates I'm just not running. Alara gets us the Panorama. Cold Snap gets us the Shelf. Time Spiral. Expanse. Commander Anthology. Command Tower. I think this may be the only Commander Anthology card I own. Seaside Citadel from C17. Evolving Wilds. Here's my 9th edition card. Yeah. Premium deck slivers. I was like, well, it works. And as far as a promo goes, I felt that if I used too many promos, it would be, kind of like cheating. So what I did was I allowed myself one promo. Here we are. Temple of Mystery. So now let's look through our mana fixing, as it were. Now, I have Queer Elves in there as our Mirage card, only because I couldn't find a Mirage Enlightened Tutor. That's it. Didn't have an Enlightened Tutor, and that's the only reason why Queer Elves still has a spot. You'll see why here in a minute. We got the Locket, Secure Tribe Elder from Champions. It's not bad, right? I couldn't run the Signet. I couldn't run the Celestia Signet because there was it was a hard cut. It was in between the Signet and something else. And I couldn't find another version of each one, because if I switched the Signet to a different version of the Signet, then I would have to take the card I used from that set and try to find... Yeah, it was... I'll admit, this was an absolute blast to build. But man, it was hard, because I want this one specific card, and how many versions are there? And, some of them, like, there's only one version, so you're like, well, it's my card for that set. Rampant Growth is my 7th edition. Felwar Stone is my 5th. Harrow from one of the dual decks. We got the Simic Signet from Commander 13. Original Commander Soul Ring. The Chromatic Lens y'all saw that I just picked up. That was easily... I was like, Return to Ravnica? Chromatic Lantern. Got it. Azor's Cluestone from the Maze. Shadowmoor gives us... I know this doesn't exactly add mana to our pool, but it solves all the color problems. You know. It's our Shadowmoor card. The 5th Dawn version, Joiner Adept, kind of does the same thing. And that leads us right into our massive amount of creatures. Now, okay. One of the first cards I saw was Tuvasa. And I was like, you know what? Tuvasa's not bad. She's 1/1 for each enchantment you control. And when you cast your first enchantment spell, you draw a card. So she's not like most typical enchantresses. She's the enchantress that cares about you casting the one big splashy enchantment per turn. And yeah, that kind of led me down the enchantment path. Hence the looking for the Enlightened Tutor. So I was like, okay, so we're doing that. That's my C18 card. Let's go 4th edition. For doing Enchantress, we'll do M10 for Mace Enchantress. Now, I'll be honest with you, I really thought hard about presenting this deck chronologically in like set order, like starting with the core sets and then expansions. And by core sets, I mean also the Commander releases, because, you know, that's my core set. But even the basic lands, okay, if you're seeing this M10 Mesa Enchantress, there is no basic land from M10. All of these cards, I may actually at the end of this video show you the basic lands just so that you can see all 100 cards and they're all from different sets. Yeah, you know what, I think I will. Then of course we have Yavimaya Enchantress. Now I had to swap this one out a couple of times. She's been printed a whole bunch, and the original version, I was like, oh, I want this other card. Can I find another Enchantress? Yes, I found another Enchantress. And then I found this other card, and I was like, oh. So, Invasion is going to give us Hannah Ship's Navigator, which is really, really good to bring that enchantment back. C15 gets us a Johnny's Chosen, because I was like, you know what? I need a way to win. So making tokens is probably where we're going to be at. And then Celestial Ancient, play an enchantment, put a counter on your team, which is amazing. Now, let's get into the actual... I have the enchantments divided in two categories here. I have enchantments and then auras. So let's look at straight enchantments first, shall we? Rhystic Study. Because we need to draw some cards. We ain't always going to have our enchantresses on the board. I mean, we only got like 3 that draws us cards. So we have Spiritual Asylum. Now, can be the target of spells or abilities. This may, in fact, be a problem if we have this in play and draw auras. Now, obviously, if we have a bunch of auras we want to play in this in hand, we're just not going to cast this till afterwards. But the fact that they, have Shroud, whenever a creature you control it, we don't have a whole lot of creatures. It's probably going to take some time to build us up an army so that we can attack. So this will buy us some time. Spear of Heliod, of course, going to give our team +1/+1. Speaking of team, let's actually look at something that makes a team. Like Citadel of the Empty Throne from Origins, Luminarch Ascension. Not bad. Wolfcaller's Howl. So that's kind of our token creators, our win cons, if you will. And because we don't have a lot of initial creatures, Pendrell Mist. Now, I like Pendrell Mist, and y'all see me use it a bunch because, I bought a whole bunch of them. But Pendrell Mist is a great card for when you know somebody has an enchantment board wipe, or they have enchantment removal of some sort. Pendrell Mist is going to get it. It is not going to stick around long. If it does, hey, it just buys you the time you need. But eventually, this Pendrell Mist is going away. And I like drawing their bead on the Pendrell Mist as opposed to the Sigil of the Throne or some way for us to win. Now, we have, of course, the Ghostly Prison. Propaganda. It was a hard propaganda. Before I realized I was doing enchantment themed, I was like, propaganda or capsize, propaganda or capsize. Those were the ones that I was down in between from Tempest. Of course, copy enchantment is kind of probably one of the best cards in the deck. Reconnaissance, good enchantment, right? Now, Molting Skin doesn't see a lot of play, but in an Enchanter style deck where you can just return it to your hand at will and recast for your enchantment triggers, not bad. Now, our Ice Age card was just, I picked up the Ice Age binder, started looking through it, I was like, whoop, Mystic Remor is it, no need to look any further. Yeah, it's a card draw card right there. Worship. I did not use the Urza Saga Worship because I wanted to use the Urza Saga Crystal Chimes. Now, then I run across, in the revised binder, I run across Island Sanctuary, and I'm like, well, you know what? I'm drawing, in theory, I'm drawing a whole bunch of cards anyway. As long as I'm drawing more than one, Island Sanctuary is not bad. But I wonder, and I was able to get the Homelands card, Mystic Decree, to where the Island Sanctuary says, the only creatures that can attack you are flyers and island walkers. And then Mystic Decree takes all that away. So that is another way to kind of soft lock out you not taking down, no creatures taking combat. So there again, that is a combo that will get busted up. So we're not going to want to overcommit to our board while we've got that on there, because somebody's going to either blanket Tranquility, although, I think I may be the only person that runs Tranquility, but anyway. We have Oath of the Ancient Wood, which put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Probably. Oh, also keep in mind, we have a 7/7 commander. That's a real thing too. So mounting up counters on our commander is a good way to get there. Metamorphic Alteration. Now, see, this is the first time I've ever actually put this one in a deck. And it's an Aura clone. I'm really interested to see how this plays because I'll be honest with you, it intrigued me. I forgot that it came out. I was looking through the M19 binder and I went, this is pretty neat. And then we have Monastery Siege from Fate Reforged that we could do cons, but more than likely, we're probably going to do dragons. Especially since we're playing an Elder Dragon Highlander. The one true. Now, let's look at auras. Urza's Legacy was an easy one. Absolute, hands down. And I was like, Rancor, okay. I put it on our commander and things get nuts. Not to mention, it dies, it comes back, I get the triggers again when I cast it. Mercadian Mask was pretty easy too. Yeah, each other enchantment play. Now, it kind of makes you want to go back to the Shadowmoor and be like, do I really want Enchanted Evening? Was it Enchanted Evening with Shadowmoor. But that Prismatic Omen was a little... I think a little more needed than the Enchanted Evening. Unquestioned Authority and Spirit Mantle are real close. The Authority draws you a card. Now, Armadillo Cloak is real close to, except for it says gain that much life, as where Unflinching Courage. Oh, new sleeves. Would y'all like the purple? I bought enough of these purple sleeves to do 96 decks, so we're going to be looking at the purple sleeves for a while. But this actually gives it lifelink. Now, Battle Mastery, here again, Battle Mastery is just not bad if we're talking like, slap it on your commander and, okay. Mind Control is our M11, and Take Possession is our Future Sight card. Now, before we look at the removal, I want to get into, randomness. I really wanted an Alliances card. I'm not going to lie. And I wanted Force of Will. But I don't own Alliances Force of Wills. I own, Masterpiece Force of Wills. And I could have done that, but those are already in decks. And So, this, I don't know, tune as you go kind of thing. Yeah, I drew something I don't really need. So, it's hard to quantify this. It's not card draw because you're losing 2, the card you shuffle back in, and this card to draw 2 cards the next turn. So it's card selection, I guess. Sphinx's Revelation is just a good card. Draw X cards is hard to beat. Then we have Rite of Replication. Now, Living the Dream here is Rite of Replicating one of our enchantresses. Kicking it to where, yep, I've got 5 copies of that enchantment or enchantress now. That works, but realistically, it's not always going to happen. But realistically, our opponent's probably going to have something balling that we are worried about or that we would like to have 5 of. And then Replenish, because our enchantments are going to die. It's just how it... Did you see the camera get real dark when And I had 1 Replenish left. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. And I was like, well, we're in enchantments here. So I was like, that's what I have to do. Now let's look at some removal. Visions is going to get us the Creeping Mold. 6th edition, Disenchant. Morningtide, Deglamour. Onslaught, Oblation. Y'all know how much I love Oblation. It's so versatile. It gets rid of indestructible things. It's good. Went through about 5 versions of Negate, too, because, every time I would get a Negate, because it's been printed so much, I'd like, okay, I'll just put this Negate out, and then I'd like, oh, nope, I found something else from that set that I want, so put that Negate up, get another Negate. Some board wipes in the Rebirth, Outburst, Winds of Wrath is, of course, perfect, and Heroes versus Monsters. Got there. Terminus and Plasm Capture. Our little deck box is about full. So before I get to these basic lands, and I know this is going to be boring as all get out, but I just wanted to show, I'll probably just roll through the basic lands quick. I think there's 5 of each. Plane Chase, Ixalan, Kaladesh, Lorwyn, Dominator. That's right. I looked through that Dominator binder like 7 times. And I was like, well, there's nothing really I gotta have for it. So let's just wait. And then I got to the end of the deck and I was like, oh, well, as good as Dominaria is, I chose a Forest from it. Shadows, Scars. What is that? C16. Odyssey. Whoop. See? I don't normally show this many cards. So. Odyssey. Rivals of Ixalan. What was that? Innistrad, New Phyrexia, ROE, 15, Unlimited. Oh, and it's a good thing I did because I left a non-basic in there from Plane Shift. And that's what I have got for Arcades here. I'm really super excited to play it. I love the fact that I was able to stick to the goal and only have one card per set. This is just, I don't know. I feel like this encapsulates the true spirit of EDH because I created a, what do they say? Restrictions breed creativity. There's a few cards in here that are pretty creative, I'll tell you that. Well, as usual, the deck list is up on deckstats.com. Highly recommend that place. And I want to thank y'all for watching, liking, sharing, hitting that subscribe button. And thank you so much. But until next time, I think it is time to shuffle and cut.